This next project is going to be a challenge level medium. We'll be practicing the double crochet stitch. For this project, you'll need yarn. You can use one color, but I'm going to use two. Some scissors, stitch markers, a crochet hook, and your yarn needle. We'll start with a slip knot. And begin chaining 12. This is going to be the height of your bow. For a smaller bow, chain fewer stitches. For a larger bow, you can chain a couple more. And now we'll count down 4 stitches. The one closest to the hook, 2, 3, 4. We'll put 1 double crochet right into that stitch we just found. Because your turning chain counts as 1 double crochet, now you've made 2 double crochets. We'll continue double crocheting down this row. Yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Continue double crocheting down the rest of the row. You'll create 9 double crochets for a total of 10, including the turning chain. You can pause here and count to make sure you have 10 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can count each of these little V's as 1 stitch, and then the chain at the end as your final stitch.
Go.
We'll chain 3 right here and turn our work over like a book. To the first chain from your hook, we're going to add a stitch marker on. When starting your new row, yarn over and insert into the second stitch in the row, not the one that has the turning chain attached, but the one after. Not this one, but right here, right underneath both sides of the V. And then finish your double crochet. When you reach the end of the row, don't forget to add 1 last double crochet right through the chain. There's no stitch to add it to, so just put it through the space between 1 double crochet and the chain. You can count stitches from the top by looking at these V's. But for double crochets, you can also count the stitches by counting what are called the posts. Each post is 1 stitch. Again, we're chaining 3, turning our work, and going into the second stitch of the row. Your stitch marker here will help you to not forget this last stitch. Again, just put it right in the space that the chain makes. We now have 3 rows. You'll continue doing this until you've reached 30 rows. Lay out the rectangle on a flat surface and fold it in half from left to right. You can pick up the work so you have both ends of the work facing you. And now we're going to slip stitch both sides together. You can insert your hook through the first stitch on this side and through the other side. So your hook is going through both sides of your work. Pull the yarn through and again through that loop. We'll go through that slowly again. Inserting into the next stitch and then out the other side, going through both rows, pulling up a loop and pulling the yarn through. One more time slowly. Through the first stitch, through the next stitch, and through the next chain on the other side. If you need help figuring out where you are, you can count these posts because they're a little bit easier to see than the chains on top. So for the fourth stitch, we'll go through the fourth and the fifth posts right between them and pull through and slip stitch. Through the fifth stitch, between the fifth and sixth stitches, slip stitch. We'll go all the way through to the end of the row. Now we're going to chain one and leave a tail for weaving in. And tighten. Since we have these two tails right here, we can actually just tie them together. Secure them nice and tight. Thread them both through your yarn needle and weave your ends in by going through a few stitches back and forth 3 times. Pull through. Trim these. You can trim the yarn tails close to the project so nothing peeks out. Now we turn the bow inside out and our seam will be on the inside. You can pull this a little bit, and if your tails come through, just trim them again a little shorter. This is the main part of our bow. Now we're going to make the middle part of our bow. You can use the same color, or you can change to a different color. We'll start again with a slip knot, and we'll chain 18. Count down 4 stitches from the hook and place your first double crochet. This creates 2 double crochets, your first being a turning chain of 3 and the second one being your first true double crochet. Continue placing a double crochet in every stitch until you reach the end of the row. Chain 3 at the end of your row. You can turn your project like a book. And not into that first stitch, but into the second one right here. Work another double crochet. We'll put 1 double crochet into every stitch in this row. Don't forget to crochet into that turning chain to finish your row. Because I'm making a smaller bow, I'm going to stop at just 2 rows, but if you did 30 rows for the main part of your bow, you should add 1 more row right here, the same way we just added our last row, by chaining 3 and double crocheting down this whole side. We'll lay our rectangle on a flat surface and fold it in half from left to right. We'll chain 1 and hold our work so both of these ends are facing us. This time there aren't stitches to go through because this is the side of our work. So we're just gonna put our hook through where we can find space. So right around this post and then right through the chain on the other side. We'll make 1 slip stitch. Then we'll move over to the next space. Making sure the hook goes through on both sides, and then slip stitching. We'll do this all the way till the end of the work. Then we can chain 1, cut the yarn, and pull through. We'll use the same technique of tying the 2 ends in a knot so we know that neither side can come undone. And then we can weave the yarn right through the last row. Trim the ends close to your work and turn the ring inside out so the seam is on the inside. It'll look like a small version of the main part of the bow. To put it together, all you need to do is hold this side facing up, pick up the center ring, and slide the bow through. Arrange the edges on either side of the center loop and adjust your bow how you would like it to look. And that's all. Now we've made a little bow.